Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and today we're back with another episode of the Not So Worry Challenge. I am loving how much you love this series. It's gotten so much love ever since the second season, and I'm really happy and glad that you guys are enjoying the second one as much or even more as the first one. So if you haven't caught up with the last season, and for those who are new to this challenge, feel free to browse through the first season, check out some of the videos that we did. I'm grateful for all the love and for the support the series has received. I honestly love it so much. I think it's about time that this dog ages up. Oh, it should be an adult in like 1 day, so I think it's gonna happen in this part. If not, we're just gonna trigger it because I really want Rosie to take it on walks and to maybe bond with it. I really do see Rosie clinging to this dog and this dog becoming a bit of a support like a support animal. Even though Rosie is out of a situation that was making her very unhappy, I think that she has gotten herself into another situation that's also making her feel unhappy. You see, she's loving her time with Danielle, and Sunny, not Holly, Sunny is a really nice lady, but she gets the feeling that Sunny wants to be in her life a little too much. She's making it really obvious how much she wants to be a mother figure in her life, and whereas Danielle is clearly struggling to really bond and to, let's say, connect with her on a mother-daughter level, Sunny is kind of forcing herself upon Rosie. She has decided that since she hates cleaning and Danielle is a slob She really is a slob, Rosie is the one that's gonna have to clean. It's almost like a Cinderella story, only it's really not. Let's say it's been a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks, because I feel like that much time has to have passed. Rosie would love to be a bit more independent, and we can't put the car down. Let's just say that Holly and Danielle have come together and surprised Rosie with a car. They wanted to give her this independence. Well, Danielle really loves the idea that she's giving Rosie her first car, and it's not something that Pepper gets to do for the first time. So in a way, they're taking away something from Pepper. They got the cheapest, secondhand car that they could find, not something super special. They didn't really want to spoil her too much. They just wanted her to get around, and Rosie is very grateful to have this car. Rosie actually come to the gym, and this time she's not here to work out. I mean, not just work out. Let me just get some snacks. I'm gonna get a macadamia nut cookie. I know you guys might be surprised to see that we're back at the gym, and it looks a little bit different too. I gave it a makeover. I love this way more. I'm really happy to be here. I love this place now. It looks so nice. I have decided that Pepper and Rosie are gonna have to meet up. Rosie decided to invite her mom over to the gym because she didn't really have the home for herself, and plus, I don't really think Danielle wants her mother over. I mean, unless she has bragging rights, she can, show off something. Like Pepper, who doesn't really care, Danielle loves to show off. So we're just gonna have her use the bathroom, and then maybe we'll get a drink after. Rosie has a bit of a conundrum. See, she can change her looks, she can change her body. I think the body would be the easiest thing to do. Requires a lot of hard work, but it's the easiest thing to do because you control it. Let me remind you, Rosie's only 14. If she wants to do any surgical procedure, well, we're gonna have to get some parental consent. Someone needs to sign those papers, and unfortunately Danielle is not her guardian. She doesn't have any rights. I don't exactly know how it works, so I'm just gonna suck this one out of my big toe, but let's just say that after Rosie was born, she had her name removed. She gave up all of her rights to be her mother, and she left the baby at Pepper's doorstep. I'm just gonna say that she basically arranged for her to not be the mother as soon as she dropped the baby off. Like, we'll just say magically you can do that. And that's how that works. However, that leaves us with a little problem, because now Rosie wants to get her nose job. She's been seriously looking at brochures and trying to come up with a way to do this without her mother, without spending a fortune. But that's just simply not possible, because when you're 14, you're not an adult. You can't just decide that you want to hack your nose off. You want to cut off one of your legs and call it I don't know, for the sake of beauty. Like, you cannot do that. That's impossible. That's a decision you only get to make as an adult. So Rosie's feeling really frustrated because despite everything, she still needs her mother. And in a way, she also wants to make her proud, and she wants to evolve. She wants to involve. Is Pepper here, by the way? Because I don't see her. There are some Sims here, but I guess Pepper's not here yet. She wants to involve her mother in this, and she hopes that if she provides her with the information, shows her that she's done the research, that she knows what she's talking about, then maybe she'll agree. And then if Pepper agrees, they can just go back to the life that they had, because in a way she misses her home. Living with Danielle was just a bit more of a disappointment than she expected it to be. Let's just sit here and wait for Pepper to arrive. We have a new look, by the way. Rosé was really, well, getting bullied, and she was very insecure about her body, and Danielle's been kind of pushing her to try something new, so she's bought a skirt and a tank top for Rosé. Rosé feels a little awkward. She still feels like she's too big to wear this kind of clothing, and she had hoped that it would maybe make her more popular, but now she feels really awkward and uncomfortable because boys are actually trying to peek under her skirt. They're making her really uncomfortable, and this is just a whole new experience for her. First they were bullying her, and now they're trying to tease her and look under her skirt. It's just a different form of bullying, but it's still it's just another form. It just doesn't seem like it ever ends. Pepper is here, and I'm just gonna go straight into it. Mom, I called you here because I have a favor to ask, and I'm actually gonna make Pepper selectable. And you guys, do you know what's gonna happen? Well, you should. Rosé is trying to make an appeal to her mother, and you know what Pepper is saying? No, Rosie Lillard, because that's actually her name. She's not like called Peppermint. She has her mother's name, and Pepper never really changed that. I think out of respect for birthing Rosé, she always kept her mother's name, and she wanted to leave it up to Rosé to change it later on. Like if she ever wanted to change it, she could, but it was just something that was part of Rosé that she never wanted to take away from her, no matter what she thought about, Danielle. You know what your mother calls your full name? Oh, you're in deep shit. Rosie Lillard, how dare you not contact me for 2 entire weeks? You really think you're in a position to talk, young lady? You have disrespected me in so many ways. I thought I raised you better than this. I don't think you know what you're getting into. You're just 14. You're naive. You're still a child. I'm willing to hear you out, but you better have a damn good excuse for leaving me. I understand you not wanting me to come over to your new house. Quite frankly, I'm happy. I don't really want to see Danielle right now. I don't think I can hold back. I don't think I can restrain myself. Either she's completely white or she's blushing, one of the two. Rosé feels really awkward that she's getting scolded. I'm sorry. I guess I didn't think it would be this much of a problem. Oh yeah, so if it wasn't that much of a problem, then why have you been talking to her behind my back? She's like, what do you mean? I've not been talking to her behind your back. And I love how Sharon has come here as well. It makes things really awkward. She has seen us. Oh, she ran away. Oh my god. Her noticed us fighting and overheard what happened, and Sharon knows Danielle and what happened with Danielle. She figured it's best to just run off, and she's gonna talk to Pepper afterward. Rosé didn't think that Pepper would ever find out that they've been talking for weeks or months, and quite frankly, she was hesitant to bring it up. She knows that she did something bad because she hid it from her mother, and if you hide something, then you know damn well that the other person is not gonna like what you've done, and she didn't want to make it worse by saying that she's been talking for months. However, Pepper would have loved if she had a bit of honesty right now, because after everything that she's done, she could at least be honest. But Rosé just cannot bring herself to say it. Pepper is not dumb. Pepper went through her room as soon as she left, and she found out all the letters and all the contact between her and Danielle. She found out all the lies and all of the sweet talk that she's been doing. She would make sure that Danielle came out in the best way possible, making her mother seem like the most horrible person for leaving Danielle out of her life, as taking Rosé from Danielle, like things like that. I don't even know what Rosé believes, and Pepper is not eager to find out. Pepper just wants Rosé to come back home because she believes that living with Danielle is rather dangerous. There's so many things that Pepper is mad about, but she came here because she believed it might be the only way. She needs to physically come and get her. Are you pregnant? I love how Sharon is in the bathroom. She doesn't even dare to speak to us. Since we're here, Rosé kind of said, well, been spending a lot of time. Mom kind of showed me how to work out. I thought maybe we could have a workout session, and it's good for like relieving some stress. So I thought maybe Pepper, agrees and says, well, Rosé, you're right about that. I could use some stress relief. Sharon is still closely following us. I don't know why Sharon is following us, but I think she's trying to make sure that things are okay between us. Or maybe she's trying to catch up on the conversation, knowing well that she has to, because Pepper is never gonna admit that something is wrong, because that's not how Pepper is. So maybe by involving herself in this way, she knows everything that's going on without actually, having to hear it from Pepper. Or she loves the drama. I don't know. Well, now that things have calmed down, Pepper and Rosie are on the bike just kind of staring and not talking. And it's then that Rosie says, I need your help. And Pepper, of course, replies with, help with what? What do you need my help for? Rosie kind of sighs and says, Mom, I want to get my nose done. No, once you're 18. No, once you're 19. No, once you're 21, 30. Going on like that. Once you're an adult, you can make these decisions. But right now, I'm still your parent. I'm still your guardian. And if I tell you that you're not getting this done, then you're not getting this done. Rosie's very disappointed that her mother said no. She's not just going to give up like that. Mom, look. I really want to get my nose done. I don't like my face. Mom agrees. And Pepper kind of looks at her and says, I don't agree. No, I meant Mom, like my other mom. And she's like, oh, you mean Danielle, the woman that dropped you off at the front steps of my house and left for the next 10 years of your life? Well, yeah, I guess. Don't call her mom in front of me. Don't disrespect me like this. I think she would say stuff like that. Pepper is a mouthy lady. I love how we're having 2 episodes at the gym, but I love it. I don't care what Danielle says Pepper. I really don't care, but you are not getting your nose done. Not until you're 18, at least. What you need is someone to talk to. You need to come back home. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna figure things out. Pepper's left Rosie to think while she takes a shower, and after that, I think she's gonna just kind of like chill in the hot tub. As Rosie sits in a sauna, she kind of sighs and looks at the ground. This is a really, really difficult thing for her. She's been with Danielle for 2 weeks, and she's loved every part of it as much as she hated it. But now that her mother is offering to take her back home, it's more like a demand than an offer, but you know what I mean? She has to make a decision. Does she go home with her mother, or does she not? This is hard because if she doesn't go with Pepper, God knows what's gonna happen. Let's just say Pepper was waiting for Danielle to come out of the sauna, and she just sighs and almost just doesn't know what to do with herself. She wants her daughter to come back home because she feels like the longer that Rosie stays away, the more she's gonna believe in those lies. But Rosie just doesn't know what to do, and it's obvious. She kind of feels like maybe she needs to show her that she's willing to change and be more of how she needs to be, if that's what Rosie needs. Can you get out of the sauna, lady, and sit down? As Rosie gets dressed, she makes her way to her mother, and it's when Pepper starts talking to her and says, look, I got a promotion. No, I'm just kidding. Look, Rosie, I'm sorry, okay? I shouldn't have yelled at you. I should have been more thoughtful, okay? I should have done things differently. I didn't think that this was such a big deal to you. I didn't think that it would come this far and that, we would be this far apart. I really am sorry. And, if you had my big old ears, I would have said, yes, sure, get that done. But your nose? I'm just kidding. Your nose is beautiful. Your nose is amazing. And everything about you is amazing. And you're so beautiful the way that you are. I love every part of you. And I understand that you might not see it that way, but maybe you just lack some confidence. You're being bullied at school. I know that's hard for you. And I know that you're struggling to find out who you are. I know that things haven't been easy and you've been trying to figure out who you are. I know that Danielle is this thing that's missing from your life, and I know that you're so keen on trying to find out who you are. I should have been honest and told you exactly as soon as you became aware of the existence of your mother, what happened between us and things that she's done. And I just think that I made a mistake. I hope you can give me another chance, okay? Because I love you so much. And this is the first time that Pepper's... oh my god, this is the first time that Pepper's ever said those things to Rosie, and she's been this honest and this heartfelt with her. And it takes a lot for Pepper to say this because, you know her, she's not an affectionate sim. It doesn't come natural to her. So she has to be really hurt and scared for her in order to confess. Pepper says, Rosie, there's also another thing I want you to know. I looked through the footage of our security cameras. Remember the fire that we had in our other place? What I'm gonna say next is it's not fun, and I know you're gonna get hurt by it, but I feel like you need to know the fire that we had that destroyed her home. Danielle started that fire. And in this moment, Rosie just becomes overwhelmed with emotions, and the first thing she feels is anger. How could she make up a lie like this? She just gets up and says, "You know what, Mom? I'm tired. I actually believed you for a second, but now you come with this. But now you made up such a lie. I thought you cared about me. I thought you actually cared about me. I thought you had changed and that you were willing to change. You were the worst. And I can't believe I actually fell for it. I almost wanted to come home. And now you make up this lie. I know for a fact Mom could never do that. She would never. Why would she do that? She would never start a fire. I don't know her like I do, Rosie. She's very well capable. She's crazy. I tell you, she is crazy. And it's best, the sooner you leave her, the better. Mom, I can't. Look, I'm... Fight me, Mom. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fight me then. And Pepper just kind of smacks her on the arm and says, "You need to get out of your ass. You need to come home." You know what, Mom? I've had it. It was a mistake coming here. I might not get my nose done, but it's not going to stop me from never coming home. I really regret asking you to come here right now. You know what? I'm going home. I don't care, okay? I'm never gonna come back home. You and your stupid robots can just live by yourselves. I'm gonna stay with people that actually care about me, and they will never lie to get what they want. Can't believe you're actually trying to blame her for everything. I actually thought that you cared about me, but I just can't believe that I can't. Rosie comes home and starts crying as soon as she sees Sunny. As Rosie is bawling her eyes out, the first thing that she decides to do is to give her some space. Now that she's overwhelmed by emotions and sadness, she's been left to kind of deal with it herself. It feels horrible. This is just another moment where she feels so bad that she decides that she wants to become so confident that she doesn't need anyone. The promise that we made in the well that we would never let this happen again, that's the kind of thing she has right now. Another kind of moment. She tells herself that she never wants to be hurt by anyone ever again. I think Rosie is going to fall into not necessarily depression, but this has really caused her to feel really bad, and she doesn't even want to think about the consequences that it's going to have. Pepper didn't get a chance to take her home, which is going to affect the relationship so much, and now that Rosie feels like she's lost her mom forever, she has become entirely dependent on this family, and now she worries that... Are you drunk? Are you drunk? She worries that this is it for her. This is her last option, and the only way for her to belong in this household is to be more like Danielle in this case. And Danielle wants her to be a fun girl, and maybe she's right. Maybe she shouldn't be like the old Rosie. Maybe she needs to become someone else in order for her to feel better. So now she's gonna make sure to be exactly like Danielle. She's gonna be just a fun person. She's gonna get in shape, get looks, get herself to become a whole new person, full of confidence and looks, and just everyone's gonna love her. They have to love her. She doesn't need anyone. And Danielle's more than willing to make her into a mini-me, and she may not be able to get her nose done because she's too young for that, but that's only like 2-3 years away. And there's so much that she can do in the meantime. There's so much she can change her body. If Danielle came home and noticed or knew that her mother confronted her with the fire and said that Danielle did it, if Danielle knew this, she would definitely try to prove Rosie wrong and do everything she could to bathmat Pepper. But she's not gonna tell Danielle, and that's a good thing, because I think by not telling Danielle will have no idea that Rosie is on to something. Imagine there are some clues left behind. Really, it's harmless, but what if you know that your mother accused your other mother of arson, and then your mother suddenly starts talking about how to commit arson, and then you haven't told your mother, so she's not going to hide it from you, so it's going to become natural. It's like a natural way for her to discover that her mother actually did have something to do with it. But for now, we're not going to have her be confronted with that. No, Danielle's just going to come back home. She's going to be like, "Oh, hey, you're back. Give me a hug. I missed you." And Rosie's actually more than willing to hug her mom and says, "Mom, I missed you so much." It's like, how did it go? Because she never told Danielle that she was going to see Pepper. Danielle told Rosie to figure this out for herself. She had to be the one to, to do some research on the nose job and everything else. If she wanted it, she had to do it herself. Like, that's kind of like Danielle's policy. And when she realized that she needed a guardian, she didn't want to bother Danielle and tell her about going to see Pepper, because she knew that was going to just cause some arguments, and she hid it from her, and she just said that she was going to go out to the gym and, test out her new car. She's like, "Mom, thank you so much for the car. I loved it. I did some workout. It really went well." And I'm just like, oh, that's good. What about the nose job? Did you do some research? And she's like, yeah, I did. But you know what? I think I want to work on my body first. I want to build my confidence and maybe change my clothes, be more like you. And then I can always change my nose afterwards. I just think it's a bit too early for me to do this. God bless, I'm kind of scared of surgeries and it looks like a big deal. And then I have to, skip school. And I don't think I'm ready for it yet. And Danielle kind of laughs and says, you know what? Maybe that's true. Maybe we should focus on school a little bit more. I mean, you do want to go to college, right? College was one of the most fun experiences I had, and I would love for you to have the same. And Rosie just thinks, yeah, maybe college sounds fine. I guess I have to work a little harder. She's like, yeah, kid, work a little harder. But doing homework is good, but don't do too much of it, kid. So much fun that we can do, and so much fun things to see, and it doesn't involve homework, and you just have to give me a chance. Come with me to a party. Come with me to a bar. Let's go dancing. Let's change our clothes. Shopping. Let's do our nails. We come to a concert. So much fun things you have yet to see. I would love for you to see them. I would love for you to experience them. And Rosie kind of says, yeah, you know what? I think I've done enough homework. I think it's time for some fun. Danielle kind of ends the conversation right before she goes to the bathroom and says, well, Rosie, you can get in college even with bad grades. College isn't all about having good grades. It's all about partying and having fun and enjoying your life. And you know what? I didn't study much and I still got in, so I think you can let loose a little bit, girl. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the story so far. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!